Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Vlogmas. For this episode I decided to share with you my migration process when I'm using a bullet journal and I need to move into a new one, like how I migrate the spreads and how I decide which spreads I want to keep and take out my bullet journal, and so I only keep the ones that I want to actually have and use in my new bullet journal. I'm currently using this bullet journal. I started it in July and the last month is now December, and I need to start thinking about the pages that I want to include into my new bullet journal. So I'm going to walk you through what I do to review the spreads that I did in this bullet journal and in my past one, and how I decide which spreads I want to do and I want to add into my new bullet journal. So this is my current one and this is going to be my new bullet journal. So later this week I'm going to share with you my new bullet journal setup in this new bullet journal, but before that I obviously have to think about what spreads I want to do and add and everything, so that's what I'm going to share with you today. This is really helpful if you're a beginner to bullet journal and you just finished your first or second bullet journal and you want to migrate the pages and spreads and you want to kind of decide what are you going to do in your new one for 2021, or if you're just new to bullet journal and you want to start a fresh bullet journal but you kind of want to start with the right pages. I'm going to say just now in advance that your first bullet journal should be like really messy and you should do a bunch of pages and try things out. I'm going to leave the flip through of my first bullet journal here in the cards so you can watch it, because I think that it's really helpful so you can see like the evolution of my bullet journal if that inspires you. And today I'm going to just show you how I migrate these spreads into this new bullet journal. So normally when I'm going to move into a new bullet journal, I normally don't have it here and I just have my current bullet journal, and I like to have my previous bullet journal as well because I normally use 2 bullet journals per year. So this one was from January to June and this July to December. So this journal has like the new year pages that I normally like to set up, and since my new bullet journal is for the new year, I like to have my previous new year journal right next to me so I can see the pages that I did and also see the pages that I want to do in my new bullet journal. So if I open my old bullet journal, I have the setup for both of these journals up on my channel and the flip through of this one. So I can see that in these 2 bullet journals I had the key and the future log, and I'm kind of going to just like flip through all of them and see the pages that I did. And for that I actually did this spread right here after my December weeks that is going to help me a lot to see the pages that I want to keep, that I want to add, that I want to take out my bullet journal completely, and the pages that I want to try again. These are normally pages that I did in the past or in this bullet journal or in this bullet journal, but that I didn't use them a lot or they just didn't work well for me, and so I'm going to try them again with another layout. And on this page is all about the structure, so I'm going to just do small rectangles and just briefly sketch out how the pages are going to look like and the layouts that I want to do for each of them. So now the only thing that is left for me to do is to flip through my journal, see the pages that I did, and decide which ones I want to keep, to add and to take out, and all of that. So on these 2 bullet journals I have my key, and I actually like to have a key just because sometimes I get confused with the color code, so I like to have it in my new bullet journal. It already has a page for the key, so I'm going to keep it, but it's not something that I'm going to have to do a page for. So on the spreads I'm going to keep here key and color code. And then I have, in this bullet journal I actually have an year at a glance, and I'm not going to have an year at a glance because I didn't use it at all. And then I also had this very similar future log for both of the journals, and I don't like this type of future log, so I'm definitely going to change this. And so to take out, I'm going to take out the year at a glance, and to try again I'm going to retry to do the future log. So I'm going to keep the future log, but I'm going to try it again with another layout, and then I'm just going to go on Pinterest and draw here the layout that I want for the future log. Next up is my goals page and ideas page, and I also have here the books and bucket list. I'm going to keep my goals page, but I'm going to keep it like this, or like I did for November. Like in November I did this like goals things with physical, personal, work, and other, and I might do something like this for 2021, like divide my goals into sections. And I'm not going to add on the to take out section these two because I didn't do this on my current bullet journal. This was just here for inspiration in case I wanted to redo them. And next on my current bullet journal I have a wish list. I'm going to keep this for now in my bullet journal because I think I just kind of forgot to write here the things, but I was keeping a wish list digitally, so I'm going to add on the to keep pile. And then on my current one I have the things to check out spread. I didn't use this in any way, like I knew that I had this page but I just didn't feel like it was necessary to be here. So I'm definitely going to take this out of my bullet journal because I don't need this. Everything, it's either on websites or in my bucket list spread that I'm going to have, so it has no use for me. Then I had the when did I last spread. This page is mainly for you to write the things here that you want to do more regularly or every month, or to just know when was the last time that you did something and you write here. And I just don't think this worked because it was really vague and I didn't have a lot of things to write in here. But because of quarantine I think I'm going to add here more things, so I'm going to keep this and do it in the same format. And then the other page is the memories and milestones. Here is everything that I wanted to remember for this year, and some of the things are missing because I just forgot to write it in here. And this is important, but I just don't think this structure worked that well, so I'm going to have to try again in a different layout. So I'm going to add this spread into the try again pile. And then the last page is the 2020 and 2021 brain dump. I liked this page, but I just think that, I don't know, something about this didn't work. So I'm going to add this page under the try again pile because I don't know if I'm going to do the same thing that I did here or if I'm going to have different sections for my brain dump. I normally don't like to divide my brain dump into sections, but because this is really vague and it's for the year, I think it will help, but I have to think about it, so I'm going to put it below the try again pile. And then I just had the quote and the January spread, so I don't have anything else in this bullet journal, and in this one I also don't have anything. So now what is left for me to do is to look at these pages, think about the structure of them, like the layout that I want to do for them, check on Pinterest, which is my main source of inspiration for my bullet journal, to see if there are any other pages that I want to add and add them in here, and basically start planning. So for example, I know that for my future log I don't want the one with the little squares that I just showed you. Just do it really roughly because it's not really like the page itself here. And I know that my future log I want to have like 3 sections for 3 months in each page, and it's for a whole year, so it's times 2. And then I want to have here just the titles for the year, and I'm not going to have the mini calendars. I just plan to have here like 30 days and have a mini line for each day. So that is my plan. And to not spoil anything else from my new bullet journal setup that you will see at the end of the week, I'm just going to show you like this page because the others I still have to plan, and this is going to change a lot in the meantime that I search for inspiration, then I plan my pages, and then I start sketching in my actual bullet journal. But this is basically the migration process that I do. It's mainly just reviewing the pages you did in the past, categorize them into categories, and do them or take them out of your bullet journal completely. And this is what I do for my new bullet journal. And now what it's left for me to do is to just see the pages that I wrote here, think about the layouts for each of them, sketch them, and then sketch them in my actual bullet journal, and then film my video. So that is how I do my migration process. If you want me to explain anything that I didn't explain in this video, please leave it in the comments because I'm always looking forward to answering your questions. And stay tuned for my new bullet journal setup, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!